Let's switch gears a bit and recognize the brave men and women who serve our country in the armed forces. Memorial Day may be a month away, but there is a 365-day-a-year movement designed to support and honor our veterans. With more on something that you can do this Memorial Day, check out our chat with retired Colonel Mike Burrows.
Colonel, I'm a huge fan of this initiative right here. Why do you think this is a fitting tribute to our departed veterans?
Well, it shows a lot of honor and respect for what, Memorial Day is all about, right? And, we've got to keep paying tribute to those that have left us, our veterans. And we just find out that, families really get a lot of joy of just coming out there, being able to honor their loved one by placing a rose and saying something. It's great. I mean, we're going into our 6th year, so it's, people just love it. And, we get them out of there by noon, so they've got the rest of the day.
That is so incredible. And you're right. This is so heartwarming. And I think that for all our departed veterans, their story legacy should live on and they should continue to be honored. Okay, last year, even during a pandemic, you laid over 12,000 roses. That is amazing. So what can we do this year to help you reach your goal of laying 30,000 roses?
Well, you're absolutely right. The pandemic in 2020 and 2021, it hit us, it hurt us. We actually laid 13,000 because we had a bunch of people show up with about 1,000 roses that they just purchased and brought themselves, which is always great. And we had a rainy day, and we still had over 150 volunteers. This year, we just need to get the word out to everybody in the Denver and the surrounding area that have loved ones buried there. Even if they don't have loved ones buried there, it's just a great event for the families and for their children to really understand, how veterans and how service members have supported our country and our freedoms that we have today, right? So my big push this year is for businesses, and I've got some exciting news about that. I'll tell you towards the end of this.
And for people watching this morning, Flower on Every Grave, I really want them to know how this program works. Can you tell us what happens on that day?
Well, basically at Fort Logan, if everybody's familiar with Fort Logan, they just take a right there on Kenyon Avenue. We usually meet in the Mullen High School parking lot. I put all those directions out on my Facebook page, and I communicate with everybody that signs up and donates and volunteers. But, we kick it off at 8 o'clock. We've got some great sponsors out there. Amato's Wholesale Flowers. They drive the flowers out there. They keep them refrigerated. We have a Boy Scout troop from Lakewood, Boy Scout Troop 114. They come out. They help break down the roses. We're ready to go by 8 o'clock in the morning, and the cars start pulling up, and we start handing out roses, and we assign sections of the cemetery. Unless they've got a loved one buried there, we assign that section to them, and we'll give them 125 to 250 or 300 roses, and they go there and they take care of that whole section. And then when they're done, then they head off to their other activities. But we got it working like clockwork. It's
yes,
a smooth operation.
I think it's a beautiful, wonderful thing. Thank you so much, Colonel, for being with us this morning. And of course, for the work that you do and all the work you put into this.
Well, if you got just a few minutes, I'd like to tell you the challenge that we've got out there. We've got a large IT company called SDN Pros. They're a national IT company. They have put out a challenge to any business in the Denver area that donates $1,000 and becomes a sponsor of this event. They will match it with $1,000, and they will do that up to $50,000.
Wow.
So we can really, really make a dent in Fort Logan. So if we can get that word out to the local businesses, that would be just awesome.
That is fantastic. And I'm sure people watching this morning are going to want to jump on that. Thank you again so much. I'm going to give everyone the info they need to get involved.
Thank you. And thanks for having me back.
Of course.
And here's that info Claudia mentioned. Learn more about a flower on every grave and Victory for Veterans by going online to donate and get involved. The website is memorialdayflowers.org. Remember, every $1,000 is matched up to $50,000, so donate today.